Welcome to another episode of Dinner Starts Here, and we are, well, I better get the box in first, Dan Ray Farms. We've got a good chunk of the family here. How's everybody?
Really good.
Really good. So, first of all, Teresa, you get to be the family spokesperson first.
Excellent.
Van Ray Farms, what is it?
So we grow corn, soybeans, wheat, and now we just started growing garlic. We have a little business called The Whole Pig that we sell our pork off the farm and deliver. And we are really lucky at this time. We've got two of our sons that have come back to farm with us. We've got our baby boy, Phil, and our eldest boy, Dean. And, of course, we all know Martin, the, what do you call it, the mate? No, he's the patriot, right? Is that what it is?
You call him whatever you want. That's actually a fairly nice word.
Yeah, there you go.
For most days.
That's good.
So we're actually, obviously you're busy doing all kinds of things, but we're here today in your newest venture, your garlic, which, we've got some in here first. Why start growing garlic?
Well, Martin, why don't you start with that one?
We got a small acreage, really, at 600 acres, and in order to increase the income per acre, we looked for something that was more yielding than cash flow.
Now, Ontario garlic is not something that I necessarily think about all the time. Is it a common crop in Ontario?
It's getting more and more common, and what we're hearing from the grocery chains is that the consumers are asking for Ontario garlic, and so that's why we're taking quite a sledge of investment to put the garlic in the grocery stores.
So then let's start with that investment in the field, because I was in the field a few minutes ago, and you've got this fancy harvester. How's it work?
Okay, that's going to lead up to these men, because they've been driving it.
Well, it's a 4-row harvester on 20-inch rows, and more or less what happens is as you push forwards in the ground, you got a shoe underneath that's going to lift up the ground as it goes. And above that, you got two guides that are going to guide the garlic upright with the stems. And what happens is there's these two big elastic belts that are going to be put together with tensioners, and they will grab the stem as it comes, and then the dirt gets rooted up, and it just pulls it up, drags it all up. There's a shaker plate there. It's going to shake the dirt off. It's going to keep on dragging up, dragging up, dragging up. Then when it hits that part, it's going to transfer off to a different belt, which then comes into the cutoff blades, and the cutoff blades into a nice trim like this, and then it'll drop onto another belt, so it'll kick more dirt off, and it'll go into a hopper.
And so that's what we've got kind of here is, everybody's on lunch break, which is why you've got to shut down, but, what's this machine we're looking at here then, once it comes up from the field?
Dean, why don't you help with the sizer? You know this one.
It's called a star sizer. On the top deck, I want to come around and take a look this way. Rubber nubs on here that help knock the mud off. As you come down, the openings between between the rows, the extra large stuff comes all the way along, and the normal stuff comes off this here belt, and the medium size, I guess, comes off this here belt. It runs down and into. So we size into 3, and we don't have any mud left on there.
There's your visual.
Different sizes right there. So now, you've got 3 different sizes. Do they all do the same? Like, why sort them in the first place, I guess?
Multiple reasons. First one is seed. Well, for seed, we need consistent size to go back through the planter. Some of the bigger stuff we'll use for processing. It's just a bigger yield on per clove. And then the grocery stores and the markets, different markets require different sizes. They want to sell a smaller size or a larger size, and try to keep it as consistent as possible to give a consistent product.
Now, you mentioned about planting. So would you plant some of these bulbs back in next year? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
What size is the right size for planting back?
It just has to be the same size. We want to go.
Oh, really?
We want to be bigger. Everybody says bigger clove, bigger bulb, and it doesn't make any sense in my world with everything else. The genotype should be the genotype in each one, but everybody says bigger cloves, bigger bulbs.
Well, and so that must be part of the, I don't know if you call it excitement, you call it whatever you want, in doing a new crop like this, is figuring out some of these kind of secrets behind it. What are some of the other challenges of picking up a whole new crop and a whole new processing business?
Well, I can start that. One of the things, because we're in the pork industry, there's a lot of information, a lot of research and everything out there that you can just look it up or talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. There's the people we've been working with, the Garlic Association of Ontario, there's a number of members there that have really been helpful in us learning, because this is our third crop. And so just getting the information, testing things, and the thing we learn about garlic is it's different to the geographical areas, which, knowing what our garlic will do on our land is a big deal. Is there...
The other challenge is the small crop. So
Yeah.
trying to find herbicides to help you with your weed program is difficult because there's a lot of things that would work, but they're not labeled to work on your crop. So
not like regulated or approved or things like that.
yeah, so there's about 1,000, 1,500 acres of maybe a garlic in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
And there's not many companies that are going to put out new registrations just for that small of a crop. So
Then one of the other challenges, I'm guessing, is figuring out what to do with all the garlic, which, I mean, is in behind us. It's just the beginning of it. What in the world do you plan on doing with this much garlic?
Not even enough.
Really?
So,
Really?
yeah.
So how is it not enough with all this garlic?
because Ontario garlic only satisfies a small portion of the Ontario needs. Right? So a lot of this is going to go
Is most of it imported then? When I buy garlic, chances are it's imported?
Yeah, most of the year. Ontario garlic basically runs out October, November usually. The fresh market does anyway. After that, it needs to be pickled or dehydrated or one of those others. And we work closely with the garlic box. And so we've done last year peeling for them so they can put them in the pickle jars. And we also dehydrated some.
But you are right about because I know when we tell people we're growing garlic now, they go, "Oh, I didn't know that it wasn't Ontario garlic in the grocery store." So it's getting to be more and more. And you see when you show them the size, and even like it's hard to tell, but it's just so full. Like it's got weight to it, it's got quality to it. It's like Ontario garlic is just so good.
Well, thanks, Van Ray family. Appreciate the tour today.
No worries.
All right.